What is going on, people out there in Pimpy's Nation? So, hey, it looks like we're finally starting to get somewhere in Iraq. It's just baby steps, but let's get into that here in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, I want to talk about something. It's crazy how people are either on one side of the spectrum or the other when it comes to Kim Clement. Okay, people want to jump all over him and go, he's a false prophet, where other people really have a lot of faith in what this guy has to say. Nonetheless, since Kim Clement is brought up so much in the Dinar community, I thought that I should do what I do best, and that's analyze something. So I am going to start looking into Kim Clement just a little bit as far as his prophecies are concerned to see how accurate this guy might be. Somebody was nice enough to send me a link to, he has his own webpage in which his prophecies are actually transcripted. So it gives me an opportunity to read them. Because when I was looking at Kim Clement's videos on YouTube for some reason, I find it strange that a lot of them are edited, especially when it comes to these so-called dinar gurus. There are Kim Clement videos. Now, I don't know if they're doing that to shorten the time or when it comes to, the people in the dinar community, don't get me wrong. Some people are, a lot of people have been arrested for fraud. You got to question whenever they start editing something, are they doing it to hide something? So anyways, I appreciate the fact that somebody was nice enough to send me the link to his website in which all the prophecies are there in transcripted. So it gives me a chance to actually read them. So what I'm going to focus on is what Kim had to say, obviously, about the Iraqi dinar. There are other ones on there that I'm actually very interested in. So it'd be fun just to look into him. I know there's a lot of, what do you want to call them? Let's put it this way. There are a lot of faith-based people in the dinar community, and a lot of people put their faith in what Kim Clement has to say. So, here's my question. I mean, this guy's like the superhero in the dinar community because he said some great things about it, and we know a lot of them have recently come to pass. So this is another reason why I want to look more into him. But I was talking to somebody and I said, look, you put a lot of faith into Kim Clement, but if Kim Clement told you that the Iraqi dinar was not a good investment, would that change the way you feel about your investment? So what if Kim Clement told people not to, the dinar was not a good investment? How would you feel about that? Would it still change the way you feel about the Iraqi dinar? Because I just think it's interesting. As long as he seems to be saying something positive about the dinar, people like him. But if he was saying something negative, I'm just wondering if people would still like him. Anyways, it's just a kind of a debate I had earlier, and I just thought it was interesting. So it also is one of the reasons why I've decided to look into him just a little bit, because I'm curious about what he said about the Iraqi dinar. Okay, real quick again. Oh man, I told you, don't invest stocks, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies. Man, you will go crazy if you invest emotionally. Look, gold's still down. It was almost 1800s down to 1531. Really good. I love silver prices being slow because I am going to stack up big time. All right. I don't, it's amazing that it's down around under 13 bucks. I think the other day, it was down around 11. So, either way, I'll take it because this is really, really cheap. For those of you, I know a lot of people have been saying, hey, I'm trying to buy them off the JM Bullion, the Ant Mix, but they have a lot of back orders. Here's my thing. What you should be doing is Google near you. Just put on there Google, places that sell silver coins in your local neighborhood, gold or silver coins, and you'll find out that you have local stores around you. And it's cheaper to buy directly from your local stores than it is over the internet because you have shipping and handling, plus they charge you a large premium, where most shops will only charge you X amount above spot price. So I think you should go look into stacking silver first. So ask about selling silver rounds, which are just silver coins, but they're no numismatic collection of value to them. Or bars, silver bars, all right? So, or gold bars, or even gold smaller, like 1/10 of a fraction of gold. Start looking into your local stores because they seem to be running out a whole lot on the internet. I did notice that. They do have some specialty coins out for collectors, but as far as rounds are concerned and bars are concerned, they seem to be very, very backed up and very, very limited because everybody's panicking and are rushing to do what we do best, and that is buy gold and silver. That's what you should be doing. Anyways, having said that, look at again, crypto's on the rise once again. All right, XLM actually got down, I think, around 1 cent at one time. So if you dumped 1,000 into it, when is at 1 cent? Congratulations, you now have 3670, $3,670. I'm just saying it could go that quick up or down, but nonetheless, XRP is at 1449. I'll take it. This is a good time. Like I say, buy on the dip. Quick reminder for those of you who don't know, I have Pippy's investment chat group on Facebook. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. I'll leave a description to get here, or I'll leave a link to get here in the description. I encourage you to come join. They share all kinds of information in here. They share news coming out of Iraq, the Iraqi dinar, Vietnam dong, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, and other investment chit chat is going on in here. So I encourage you, if you're looking for some ideas, to come in here and talk to people who are like-minded, and some people are very knowledgeable. So I encourage you to do so. Also, people are asking me where to buy cryptocurrencies. In my description, I'll leave a link for you to follow. It'll take you to a place called Coinbase where you can sign up. And in there, you could buy cryptocurrencies. If you follow my link, they give you a free $10. All right? It's not a bad situation. Look, this would be a quick video because there's not a whole lot really going on, but I do want to bring up some interesting things because I'm going to be focusing on doing my studying, looking up. I'm just going to look up and do a little bit of analyzing of Kim Clement's prophecies anyways. But this is interesting. The fact the United States has decided to withdraw 3 of its major bases in Iraq. So just like Trump promised, he's going to start withdrawing people out of these countries. I think there's 8 bases in Iraq. So they're going to start removing people a little at a time. This might be a good move, and let me tell you why. It's time for us to kick the damn training wheels off of Iraq and tell them to start pedaling on their own. All right, we know they need to just really start getting their crap together, and there's no reason for us to really be there. All right, so yeah. I'm supportive of this. Let me know what you think about these people, our military, our army pulling out of this, closing 3 bases of the 8 in Iraq. Let me know what you think of that. Okay. This article is long but very interesting. I'll leave a link to it. It's talking about, between a rock and a hard place. It's talking about their budget. If you guys have been following my videos for some time, damn coronavirus. Anyways. If you've been following my videos for some time, you hear me complain about this over and over, and that is this. Even before the coronavirus, even before the oil wars, and when everything looked like it was peaches and cream and all we needed was just 2 more cabinet members, way back then I was saying Iraq has got to do something about not being so, dependent on oil, because all it would take is like one major event to really hurt their economy. And not only did they have one, but they had a handful. You have the oil wars going on between Saudi Arabia and Russia, which they're flooding the market with oil to just really cripple Russia, and it's going to cripple them. In addition to that, you have the coronavirus. I was saying the other day, we haven't heard much about the coronavirus coming out of Iraq, but in one of these articles is saying that, they have 127 new cases, so it's starting to spread over to Iraq as well. You have the protesters protesting and are upset about the government. There's no government, okay? That's going on. So between the oil prices dropping, an unstable government, protesters, and outside investors not interested in coming in until they secure things. As usual, these people are in a cluster. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this article goes on to talk about the difficult situation that they're in because they're so reliant on oil. And also goes down here to slam Iraq, because they really don't spend very much of their money trying to rebuild infrastructure and entice outside investors into their country. We said it before, and I'll say it again. If outside investors come in and they start building companies there, what does that do? Right now, a big bulk of the people that are in Iraq are either on welfare, cash aid, or unemployed. So these are entitlement programs. If outside investors come in and they start developing companies, of course, what happens? They put people to work. This way, then the government's not spending money on entitlements for these individuals. They're making their own money. And if they're making their own money, guess what? They have to pay taxes. Not only that, they could take their money and buy things that they want certain things that they need. We need Iraq to get off their tuchus and start doing whatever it takes to make a more stable government there, to get the protesters calmed down. In my opinion, they should dissolve the parliamentary altogether. All right, so we'll get into that a little more. Anyways, the IMF is slamming them in here. The IMF is not very happy, and as we know, the IMF recently did a report on Iraq in which they were not very favorable about what's going on over there. And they've actually just kind of lit a fire under Iraq's butt, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit. All right, so I'll leave a link to this because there is some good stuff in here. You might be interested. It's telling them they need to start developing, developing the country. The infrastructure needs done. There's a lot of jobs that could be, a lot of people could be working right now, but if it wasn't for this corrupt government that's in there, they really need to dissolve the parliament. They just don't get along. You have 4 different factions in there. None of them get along with each other. So if I was a president, I would just go ahead and dissolve the parliamentary. Go ahead and we know that I'll get to that in a second. He appointed a new PM. Go ahead and get the government established and do away with the parliament because they're not going to agree. You need to focus on what's best for the Iraqi people. Okay, so we'll get into that. But anyways, this goes on to talk about the same thing I just said, the infrastructures that need to be done. People getting off entitlement programs. The IMF slamming them about what's going on with all the corruption, the fact that they can't keep out of trouble. The reserves are getting ready to go down. So there's a lot of information in here that's really good for you to just read. I'll leave a link to it. I don't want to sit and read to you because it'll take a long time. Anyways, yay! Finally, a PM has been chosen. The president has selected a PM. And for the life of me, here I go again. I believe his name is pronounced al-Zawahiri. So, al-Zawahiri, I might be wrong. When you guys can correct me. This man has served 3 terms as governor of, no, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, is a member of the small parliamentary group of former Prime Minister Abadi. All right, so Abadi, I believe, was a good guy, if I remember correctly. And so anyways, the Prime Minister has, the groups could not agree on a success for Mahdi. And Mahdi tried to turn around and pull his resignation letter back. And they're like, timeout, no, we're good. Just stay away. You've accomplished nothing in almost a year you were there. What a disgrace. Instead, he just pandered to the Iranian leaders, and it just was an Iranian puppet. So, some of you guys know more about these politicians than I do. Is this guy, is he going to be a good PM? What do you think? I could tell you this, though, about him. If we come down here, we know that he served 3 terms as governor. And he was first appointed to do the role by the U.S.-led coalition's authorities. So, look, this guy seems to be favored by the United States anyways, and the U.S.-led coalition. So, hopefully this is a good guy. Let me know what you think about this new PM in the comments. So, the UN representative in Iraq, we know this. Flash chart, she said, faced an unprecedented security, political, economical, and health crisis. Iraq desperately needs effective candidate. It's been since when? How long ago has he been resigned? So I think this, with the new PM, it's been what, since November? They haven't had a real leader since November. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Every time they take 2 steps forward, they take 10 steps back. So hopefully the protesters will like this guy. I don't know. I do know that some people in Iraq or surrounding countries do watch my videos. Please let others know what you guys think of this leader. Is this going to be a good leader? I don't believe he's an Iranian puppet, so hopefully this would be a good choice. I do hope that the president of Iraq does pull the string on dissolving the parliamentary because they're not doing anything. They're worse than the Democrats here in our country. I know some of your Democrats, I just say that to pull on your strings, man. But look at, hey, hopefully this is a step in the right direction. Let's get this guy in here. We already know, I showed you the other day in a video, the president said, start forming your government now. Now, having said that, we know that when Alawi was in there, he hopped to it. He got to it right away. He put his government in there. He was ready for them to get voted on, and he got no support. So, he hit the ground running, but, right away was just dead on arrival. So hopefully this guy is more favorable by everybody. We know he seems to be favored by the United States, which could be a good thing. Anyway, so that's what we got going on. We got U.S. bases closing, 3 of the 8. We know there's an issue going on with their budget. We know they had put all their eggs in one basket when it comes to oil revenue, and now they're not getting that revenue. This should hopefully force Iraq to wake up and start realizing that they just cannot rely on just oil no more. They need other forms of revenue. Let me know what you guys think of the new PM. Hopefully this is exactly what we've been waiting for. And like I said, tonight I'm going to be doing a lot of research, probably tomorrow as well, into Kim Clement, because I am curious about him, I have to admit. But I got to read the transcripts, because every time I look at videos of his on YouTube, they seem to be edited a lot, which is kind of fishy. But I don't know if people are just doing it to save time or what have you. But I'll look into it and get back to it. I know a lot of you guys are fans, but like one of the questions I pose is this, and impose on you is this: if Kim Clement said that he didn't like that Ricky Dinar, man, would you still be a fan of his, or would you still be interested in the Dinar as an investment? Because there's a lot of people who like the guy. All right, let me know what you think. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.